Hello everyone, welcome back to the Manchu grammar course, and today we're going to learn about the progressive. Progressive is such an aspect that describes an ongoing situation which has already started yet to finish at the moment you uttered it, such as they are building a tower, we are learning Manchu, it is raining, and etc. And in Manchu, here we have three constructions for it, namely mbi, which is mainly used in the ancient Manchu document and some Sakhalin-Ula, Heilongjiang province dialects, such as in Sanjiaz or Heihe. Another two are uh, mostly or exclusively for Sibe spoken. One is M'Yilare, spelled as M'Yilihavi, but should be pronounced as M'Yilare. Another is Mare, which is spelled as Mahavi, pronounced as Mare or shortly Mai. And if you want to use the first construction B to nowadays Shiba speakers, and especially the younger generations, then they will be like, well, what are you talking about? They will barely understand it. But if you're trying to use it to older generations, it will be okay, but that will sound a little bit too formal or too academic. However, you can still use it in your written language. It's okay. And you might also wonder what's the difference between Yilare and Mahe, right? But I suggest you, for beginners, I mean, it's sort of out of your level. So yes, they have some nuance, but we just consider it right by now. We just consider it as interchangeable in most situations. Okay, then let's look at some examples. First, Batei Chua Dailan Jinbi. The enemy's troops are coming to invade. They are on their way, or they are invading. Number two, Vachma Gizerki, Jakshim Yilak. We'll talk about it later, okay? We are having dinner. Okay. And the next examples show two slightly different functions of the progressive construction. Number one, which means recently I've been learning Manchu. So this describes a situation in which you might have started the learning for a couple of months or weeks and is ongoing to study for another couple of months or weeks or shorter or longer. But you definitely you can't do it 24/7 every moment during your life, in this period of your life, right? But still you can use the progressive on such situations to describe a long period event. So such as you can right now when speaking, you are not necessarily to bind to the action of study Manchu, but right you can say according to your friends, telling them your recent study by still using this progressive construction. They may ask, well, what are you doing recently? Then you can say, okay, I'm studying Manchu, I'm learning Manchu. Okay, then number 2, 特 Manchu 基层塔奇麦 which exactly describe a situation in which you are right now learning Manchu, such as by watching this video. So the point is, for both cases, you can as well use this progressive construction. And you might have also noticed that there are 2 additional adverbs, jing, both are jing or zheng in the Sibe spoken, which describe a sense of right now. It's just it's for nothing but just emphasizing the contemporaneity. So they are arbitrarily used. Okay, then let's move on to the negative forms. So first, the negation for be is, well, honestly, I have never encountered a usage of the negative be in the ancient documents. So, so theoretically, it might be some kind of negation for the auxiliary be appended following the but to be honest, I'm not sure whether we can say so I will just leave a blank here and waiting for someone else who might be able to fill this blank in the comment, and will be appreciated. Thank you. And negation for ilahe will be ilahap, or you can arbitrarily append a b, or in the real pronunciation a e, sorry, to form me ilaha or me ilaha hui. And the sense for this B or E is again for emphasis. Then the negation for mare will be marak or marakui, the B again. The same sense, same pronunciation. Then let's look at an example. Ju bi am which means come, I'm not sleeping. So it would be like in the situation when your friends is calling to you for coming over to you in the late evening, and they will be worried about whether you are sleeping. Then you can say, okay, come, I'm not sleeping. Okay, then finally, I will introduce some pragmatic usages, especially for mahi alone. And number 1 is that you can append mahi on some punctual verbs, such as the ones for arrive, for to exist, for to enter, or etc. And so on such verbs, you can use the progressive for denoting a situation that is about to happen, such as so imagine you are dating with some friend, and he or she arrived before you, and then called to you and ask, where are you now, and ask about your whereabouts. And you want to you are not arrived yet, but you just want to avoid their anxiety, so you can say 已经的买 I'm arriving. By saying it doesn't mean that you are physically standing at that point, at that destination, at that moment, right? But you are just describing a situation that is about to happen, is coming. So I think it is very similar to in English. We can also use this "I'm arriving" to for the same sense. Okay, then the next usage is on the static verbs, such as to know, to see, to emphasize that you're already in the state, in the set state, such as savmai, which means seeing. So it's different from English, I think. So in English, we don't say, we rarely say such as I'm knowing something or I'm seeing something like that, but just I know or I knew it. But in Manchu, for the sense that, such as, okay, I knew it before you reminded me, we'll still use progressive the progressive construction, such as samai, samare. So let's take this example. So imagine you're driving with your friend sitting in the copilot, and here suddenly a cat rushed into your direction, and your copilot will remind you about that cat. Then they will say, "Tama kuska," which means "watch out, a cat." And actually, you have noticed it before, so you will say, "Savmai, savmare, savmai." I knew it. I see it. Okay, so these are all for our lesson today. And if you have any questions or comments, just leave it below, and all of your discussions will be welcomed. Okay, Jam Thank you very much.